All right, let's see how this works. Hey, what's going on, everyone? It's me, Mr. Mario, and in case you were subscribed to this on any podcast platform, any audio platform really, you might be a little bit surprised to see that this is on your feed again. And if you're on the main channel, the Mr. Mario 2011 channel, welcome. I am your host, Mr. Mario 2011, and this, I guess, here is ModChat, but not really. This is actually the introduction and I guess the reboot or delivery of the new ModChat that's going to be coming out here soon. Now, I want to be very clear here. I don't want to overpromise. I kind of just want to set expectations. I want to tell you all what's been going on and such, and, we'll see what to do from here. So first of all, for anybody who has not ever listened to or seen or heard of an episode of ModChat, ModChat is a podcast that I used to do, and it's gone through a few iterations. First of all, it used to be just a offline podcast that my good friend Modbot or Daniel or DopeSoner930 and I would record and upload onto here on a monthly basis, and it was just us talking about old memories or talking about whatever the hell we wanted to. That later on translated and changed into a more news type thing, I guess. I don't know. We ended up streaming it through Google Hangouts, and we would take a bunch of, kind of user requests over topics they wanted to see us cover or topics we found interesting, and we would give our thoughts on them and overviews and all that fun stuff. So it ended up becoming a live streamed news recap that was monthly, so to speak, just in the world of modding. And then we still retained that, but we ended up transitioning hosts from DopeSoner to Devin, otherwise known as Paranoid Coder. And that went on for quite a bit as well, too, and it started to do a lot better than I ever expected. However, we talked about this on our last episode or two, and what we decided to do was Devin just was kind of falling out of modding, much like Daniel had before, and he was kind of wanting to exit out of the stage, so to speak. So I said, you know what, that's fine. I kind of want to take a little bit of a break from this. I want to do something a little bit different. We got this all covered. So here we are at this point. What's going on? Well, ModChat is still going to be a podcast. It's still going to be a thing as well, too, because I had said before, it's going to be on break, and it's going to be coming back at a certain point in time. I never knew when. I always had kind of a rough idea, but I can tell you all now. ModChat will be returning on February 22nd, 2020 of this year. And again, it's still going to be a podcast, but I'm going to be changing up a few things. So that's what I want to talk to you all about in this episode. I guess it's really not an episode, it's just kind of an announcement and to get this out there. First of all, I'm really not going to be doing the live stream anymore. I'm not a live stream type person. I guess my ideal live stream would be if I was a guest on someone's live stream and I was really enjoying it and I didn't have to worry about or do anything. Like if I just show up and act a fool and then I leave, that's all I want. That's like my favorite kind of live stream. When I have to start managing things, taking responsibility on that, like I can do it with a channel, I can do it with offline videos and all that, it's all good. But when it comes to a live stream, not really that crazy about it. And it's kind of disappointing because there are aspects I really like of a live stream. I like the audience that came out. Like, for example, there were people who really fucked with ModChat, who would come out every single episode, it seems like. And funny enough, there's a lot of people who watched the live shows, and I would always see, every month, I'd always see their names come up, and I, never saw them in the comments section, just, watching regular videos. And that's fine, because some people really like that live format, some people like the offline video format, or the video streaming format, I guess. And that's all okay, but it was really interesting seeing, the different audiences. Because there was 3 different audiences when it came to ModChat. There was the core, I guess, initial audience who would see everything first. They were in the live stream section, and that'd be, the first few hundred views or so. Then there were the people, which were the vast majority of people, such as you all right here, who would be watching ModChat in a pre-recorded setting. So the video is already uploaded, published onto YouTube, well, the live stream, and then you watch and you comment afterwards. And then the third audience, which is the smallest one, but I continue to do this because it is a podcast, and the people who like this really did like it. It's the audio listeners, the ones who will subscribe on pretty much any favorite podcasting platform or application they have, and just listen to it from there. So we were always kind of trying to make sure it was entertaining for everybody in real time for those 2 or 3 hours it was ongoing. But then I also wanted to make sure it was a good show to watch as well too. for anybody who was not participating in live chat. And finally, something that was going to be good to listen back to as well, because if I'm only doing visuals all the time, it's really not going to be the best. I'm sure you all know how it is. So that's going to be one thing. It's no longer going to be live streamed. Now, I myself personally, I'm sure I will live stream again at some point, but for ModChat, probably not. I'm just going to be honest with you all. I did monthly live streams for years. You would think with, exposure therapy, or it's just like, hey, if you don't like it, you just have to do more of it. No, I did live streams every month for years, and there were moments I enjoyed them, for sure. But overall, they seemed more draining to me, if anything, just in that live stream fashion. So that's going to be one thing. Not going to be doing that. Another thing is going to be, this is just going to be me at this point. Now, I do want to, and I will plan to have guests on here. And there's going to be a couple ways I'm going to handle that. One of them could maybe be, I'll have a list of topics, and I'll get into, let's say, a Discord call with a guest, and we'll kind of just run through an episode such as this, where it's like a regular episode, and I have a guest on, and we go back and forth. Another way could be, if there is a particular topic that I want someone who's very knowledgeable to speak more about, I could kind of intro them in, and they'll throw me their video or audio, or both, hopefully, of course. But it could be either one of those two things. Another thing I'm really wanting to do on this is, if possible, I'd like to focus these a little bit more. You see, what we did with ModChat before, which this was fine, don't get me wrong, and it was all fun, but it can also be draining as well, too. We would sometimes do 2-3 hour podcasts where we were just going through, like, every single thing we could think of, and the next episode that's going to be coming out for this... Messing up already. The next episode that's going to be coming out for this reboot, so to speak, is probably going to be a little longer than what I would like, because there's going to be several different topics I'm really going to want to delve into and, kind of, shake the rust off, so to speak. But going into the future, I'm kind of planning to keep each episode to maybe around 3 to 5 topics if I can, focus on them a little bit more, but on top of that, also kind of bring out shorter episodes. While as all of this does sound negative, hear me out, I think it's going to be better for my workflow. I think it's going to also just be better for, focusing on a few things. And on top of that, it will actually allow me to make more episodes. My goal going forward is I still want to do at minimum 1 episode of ModChat a month. But if there is going to be something where there's, let's say, over the course of 3 weeks, there's only 5 things I want to cover, bam, that's an episode. Then the next week, let's say there's 1 or 2 big things that I want to cover, that's another episode of ModChat. So if I could do multiple episodes of ModChat a month, I'm sure you all would enjoy it. I'll probably enjoy it as well too. Because there's a lot of stuff, just like a lot of little things that I think are really cool, which I'm going to talk about. I'm saving it. I'm going to talk about on the upcoming episode of ModChat. There's a bunch of things I just want to talk about with you all, and I think they're awesome. And I haven't really had the proper outlets to do it without the ModChat podcast, simply because I don't want to make a video just saying, hey, announcement, this thing is really cool. I want to have something more tangible and something I can show you all. I guess maybe even an example of something like this you could see in the future is, I've got 2 examples. One of them was a few months ago when I covered the new updated Xbox backwards compatibility files for the Xbox 360. I saw one person who said, this would have been a really cool topic to cover in like a quick or a mini mod chat of some kind. And yeah, that would be realistic. So maybe if there's some big things that I have a lot of interest in, but I don't want to do a fully fledged, fully detailed video, but I want to bring them to you all, ModChat would be a really good platform for that, at least in my opinion. And then even another example I've kept thinking of here, let's say PS3 Hin releases a giant 4.0.0 update, it might be something like I could have an episode of ModChat where there's only 2 topics and one of them is going to be, hey, PS3 Hin just got a major update, here's the changelog, I have my PS3 right here live, but we're not live stream, but on a video here. Let's go ahead, turn on the PS3, update it, and run through all the changes and talk about how cool this is. That's kind of the stuff that I'm wanting to do going forward. So I like it to be more interactive, more visual in a way, and that's kind of the plan that I have. So this is just all to say, kind of level setting. That's what I'm wanting to do with ModChat. Next episode, first episode of the reboot is going to be coming out February 22nd. I hope you all will be able to make it and watch it and enjoy it. If you want to watch a visual version such as this, please subscribe to my YouTube channel, Mr. Mario 2011, to check that out. And that's like one of the few times I ever ask people to subscribe, but I guess you have to do it with podcasts. I don't know. And if you want to listen to a audio version of it, because again, I do say this is a podcast, and side tangent, this is just a pet peeve of mine I have. I get very annoyed when there are people on YouTube who they will do live streams and podcasts much like what we did, but you can't find the audio only anywhere. You can only find it on YouTube. It's like, that's not a podcast. That's just a live stream with people talking, dude. You're not taking the audio and putting it anywhere else. Either way, you can look us up on, the podcast itself, because it's only me here. Point is, you can look it up by just opening up your favorite podcasting platform or app and looking up ModChat, and it should hopefully be there. You can subscribe on there. That way you can see the backlog. You can subscribe on there. That way you can see the backlog of episodes, listen to them, as well as be notified of any future episodes that are going to come out. So either way, sorry for the long wait. I will admit it did take a little bit longer than I expected to kind of come out of this. I really wanted to take a break from ModChat and then wait for all the holidays to be over, and then I did some other stuff as well too, but I think we're back here. So the last thing, if you made it to the very end, if you're going to be watching the next episode of ModChat, I would really appreciate your constructive criticism. I know it's not going to be perfect. I know that there's going to be room for improvement, and that's definitely what I want to know. And I guess as I always do with these episodes of ModChat, I'm going to have a keyword here, and if you use this keyword down below in the comment section of the YouTube upload, I would know you've made it to the end of probably the shortest episode of ModChat ever. Let's use the keyword debug. How about that? If you use the word debug in your comment, I'll know you made it until the end. Anyways, this is Mr. Mario signing off. Thank you all for watching and listening, everyone. Until next time, let's reboot ModChat together.